Check, check, check. There we go. I think I got some sound going now. Let's see if this does it. Hello, check. Oh yeah, there we go. I think I got some sound going. Give me just one moment. I will be right back. Sorry about this. All right then. All right. Hello. Hello, hello. Can you hear me now? It says that I've got sound here. So it says it's working on my end. Should be working. I hope it's working on your end. I'll sit here for a moment and give it a wait and see if it comes back. For you, my one viewer, Lisa, Joey's World, good to see you today. Good to see you today. Give it a few minutes here. And it should be working. If it's not working, let me know. Alright. I know you're in the middle of dinner probably, Lisa. So I'll just wait a minute. If you are on my Instagram, hello to everybody watching the replay. Hope you're all having a great day. Lots of good things tonight. First off, I'd like to thank Dean at the Live Place for hosting this show, and over 100 live streamers in various areas such as travel, Disney, lifestyle, cooking, mental health, arts and crafts, all sorts of vlogs. Streamlabs, be quiet. Yeah, for some reason those don't work here, but that's alright. Just ignore them. I'll have to work on that. Yeah, so just waiting to see if my audio is working. It should be working. Anyway, alright, well, I'm going to go on with it. If there's no sound, then I just won't put it up as a replay. It's been a crazy day. Between streaming between here and Twitch, I get so busy. Anyway, we'll go ahead and get started with today, in case you can see the replay. Scraps. We all have tons of scraps. And what do you do with them? I hate to throw things away. I really, really do. So I hang on to all my scraps. And, because, you know, waste not, want not. So I end up with all of these little bitty scraps and stuff. And so today I thought I would show you one of the things I like to do with, a couple of the things I like to do with all my scraps. I like to make cards, I like to make little journals, and I think that's the first thing we're going to do is make a little journal. And these little journals fit in your pocket. You can give them away, you can use them yourself, you can do all sorts of stuff with them. And I've got some paper here and some paper here. Yeah, I'm going to move all this out of the way. I just wanted to show you guys. This is just a small sampling of all of the scraps that I hang on to. I have so many. Yeah, see all these beautiful scraps, and I'll be using these. These are going to be cards and stationery sets and all sorts of things. So the first thing I thought I'd show you is how I make my little journals. And I had what I thought was a nice little cover for this. Yeah, here we go. I was going to use just this. Hi Disney Grandma, can you hear me okay? Let me know if you can hear me. I've been having some issues with my sound. Can get the microphone to work. Today I'm working with scraps. These are some scraps from a book of paper that I got at, I think I got it at Walmart. And these are just some scraps of paper. They're kind of vintagey looking on one side, and then on the other side they're just white paper. And then I have this scrap of craft paper that's got a little decoration on it, and I'm going to turn this into a journal. All right, good, you can hear me. Glad to hear that. I'm going to turn this into a little pocket journal. That's one thing you can do with scraps. And so the first thing I'm going to do is grab my cutter over here. And these little journals are great to just carry in your purse, or how wide is this? Now this piece of paper is 3 7/8, and that's a little long. How long is this paper? Yeah, this paper is a lot longer than this paper. Yeah, so, but this paper will make kind of a, yeah, so it's 3 7/8, so it's almost 4 inches wide. And I like how wide this, yeah, 3 7/8 by, let's make it 3 inches by 3 7/8, so that'll be 6 inches for the paper. So I'm going to cut my paper at 6 inches by, and we'll do this because we want the paper a little smaller, so we'll do this at 3 1/2. That'll give us an 1/8 of an inch, so we're cutting it 3 1/2 inches tall. And it's just nice when you need a piece of paper to, you know, you want to write down a phone number or make a quick little list or something like that. Or it's good for taking on a trip. I'm going to cut the 3 1/2 first, and then I'll go back and cut my other dimension. Hope it's been a good week for you. This week see, that piece is too short, so we're not going to use it. I was able to buy my son a new bed and got it home all by myself and put it together all by myself, but golly, it wore me out. Alright, and then this one is, yep, hasn't changed, still 3 7/8. And then we're going to go back and cut the width, and I said 6 inches. Well, let's cut this one at 6 2/8, or a quarter, 6 1/4, and we'll make this one at 6. Our country is crazy, Disney Grandma. Our country is crazy. I just gotta say, it's Yeah, everything is crazy. Everything. But that's why I do my arts and crafts, because I can just sit here and make things and be all by myself. I hear my son flooding the bathroom. I will be right back. Please let everybody know. Oh, a Cricut. How exciting. Yeah. Those, is it the one that hooks up to your computer kind of thing? Those are exciting. I know that, I think Mama Mouse from Myers and the Mouse has one. I think, Russ Stapleton has one. Um, T Marie for Photography, she has one. So you might reach out. I'd reach out to Mom and the Mouse to give you some. She could give you some tips and tricks. I don't have one. Um, I have. I have two different things. I have a Big Shot, which is the die cutter and embosser, and then I have the little bitty one, the Little Shot. Um, Someday I might get a Cricut, but I don't know. I like to just use my hands and stuff for that kind of thing. So here we go. We've got our papers, and we're gonna need the cutter in a minute. I shouldn't have put it away. We're gonna need the cutter in a minute because we're gonna do a couple things, and we're also gonna need our scoreboard, but not yet because I want to shore up the edges of these. This top edge is a little off, a little crooked. Okay, Lisa, I understand. Yes. Take care of yourself. Mama Mouse is busy. She's real busy, but I've noticed that anytime I've ever needed anything and I've messaged her, she's always been there for me. But also just you can do YouTube searches. Because a lot of people have videos, and Russ Stapleton, I know, if you know Russ, if you've been Mom Streams, you know Russ. I know he has a Cricut, and he's a nice guy. He's pretty helpful. Not that you have to message anybody. You can, So we're at 6 inches for the paper. So I'm scoring it halfway in the middle at 3 inches. And this is kind of an important step if you want your journal to look cool. There we go. There's some good things coming up tonight on YouTube through the live place. I know Pete McDevitt has Mama Mouse and Kelly from Myers and the Mouse on his show tonight. I think Dole Whip Dad has the Do Philly crew on his show tonight. So I'm lucky I have 2 monitors, so I can always watch them both at the same time. Now I've scored all these. Maybe you can see it. See, I've scored them on the halfway mark at 3 inches because they're 6 inches long. And I'm going to take and line them up and go ahead and fold them. But if you notice, we got all this extra stuff hanging off. Now there's a couple ways you can deal with that. If you have the regular sliding paper cutter, You can mark with a pencil and then cut. You can take a pencil and mark it and then do scissors. I use my big heavy duty cutter because I'm used to it. But you want to get that edge straight while they're folded in half. That way, when it's in your book, you'll have a straight edge. Oop, I forgot to do this one. This one we're going to do half, and this one is 6 1/4. So that makes it 3 1/8 that we're going to score at. So see, it's scored at 3 1/8, and I'm going to fold that one in half. These are so easy to put together. They make great little stocking stuffers, depending on the paper you use. And so it lines up really nice. Now, I'm going to take and open it up, but I'm lined up the crease, and you see how I've left same amount of space. Then I'm going to grab something that was the best investment for my crafting I have ever bought. This is a Crop-A-Dile. It sets, it'll set rivets and snaps, and it also has 2 hole punches that are really heavy duty. I use this to make my bags because I have to punch through cardboard. So I'm looking to see which one. This one. I want to use the bigger one because it's just easier for me. And I put that down in there, and I try to line it up on the crease. Whoops, my paper's all gone cattywampus. Get it back together here. I wondered what happened to Lisa, but yeah, they've got some storms. This is the time of year they get storms, all the tropical storms and everything else. And I've been noticing on the live streams, like on Josh's live stream and Corey's live stream too, they've been getting a lot of thunderstorms and stuff in the afternoon. So we'll take and put the little circle I can see through over that line, punch a hole on that side, and then punch a hole on this side. And there we go, got 2 holes. Now we're done with all of this. Now I'm going to take some string here in my little string container. I'm going to bring it over here so I can see it better. And I've got some brown. That's purple. That's purple. That's some brown. There's some brown. And I'm going to pull off a good length because I like to double it or triple it. And so, yeah, I think I can, there we go. Fold it in half and then half again. And then I use the side that's not cut and push it from the outside through and to the inside. And you can make the measurements whatever you want, depending on what size scraps you have. You can make big ones. I've made them that were 12 by 6. And then I've made little ones that are like 3 by 4. And tie it in 2 little knots like that. And that'll hold it good enough. And then I take my scissors and cut all the ends even. And then I sit and play with them and pull them apart so they make so they get kind of frizzy, untwist. I use this little baker's twine. I get it at the Dollar Tree, like I get everything else. And just pull it apart, make it kind of fuzzy like a little tassel. And then I like to kind of roll it up a little bit. That makes it kind of stay closed. And there we go. Every page. And then I'll show you something I like to do for added fun. You can go in and take cut smaller pieces of paper. Let's see. How big do I want to do this? Probably this. We're just gonna cut. Let's do that. And you see I've cut it a triangle, but I've left some little space there. And you can take your double-sided tape and stick that down, and you've got a little pocket to slide things into. If you don't like the big white page in the middle, but I don't mind it. Another thing you can do to jazz it up, if you have a corner punch, you can use a corner punch. I use the back of my envelope punch. And I round those corners. I just like the corners rounded because they're not pointy anymore. Those can be sharp depending on the paper you use. But there you go. Little pocket journal. And suitable for anybody. But that's one thing you can do with scraps. Alright. And the next thing I thought I would show you is this nifty little paper bag pattern. It's a little gift bag. These are, I believe these are 6 by 6. And I've already pre-scored them, but I'm going to pretend to score them again so you can see how I've done it. Yeah, this is a 6-inch by 6-inch piece of paper. And on 3 sides, I've scored it at 1.5 inches. 1 side, 2 sides, 3 sides, and then on the last side I scored at 1 inch. And then I'm going to do that. All right, Mike. Yeah, Lisa had the same problem. You be safe. Be safe. Go do what you got to do. Thanks for dropping by. And then on this one, the same thing. We're going to do a 1/2 inch score on 1.5 inches on 3 sides, and a 1 inch on the last side. Okay, and then we have 2 pieces of paper, and they're scored. You can see my score lines, kind of. Okay, the 1.5 inch in the middle, the 1.5 inch here and here, because I've got 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, and 1. These are going to be the top of the bag. The 1 inch is the top. We can go ahead and fold that score line over like that. And where is my tape? I buried my tape with all my scraps. Let me grab it real quick. That's what happens when you clean up, right? Clean up, you can't find anything. And I'm just going to take my double-sided tape, and you can put this together with glue. If you use glue, I recommend one of the heavy-duty crafting glue that dries very quickly, like Reptile glue. It's expensive, but it is a marvelous glue. I just like to use my double-sided tape. That way it sticks. The downside with double-sided tape is it sticks fast. So you don't have any wiggle room with that. But the glue will give you a little bit of time to move things around and get them right. But I know what I'm doing here, so I've made tons of these. Made tons of these. All right. So we're going to, this is what we're doing. We're going to cut, okay, this is my top, this is my bottom. I'm going to free up these two squares right here. And the way I'm going to do that is I will cut on the score to the first score mark. And then I'm going to take a little wedge out of there so that it takes some of the edge out. And I'm going to take a little wedge off this side too. And I'll show you what I've done here. See, there's my score line. There's my other score line. I've freed up this tab, but I also cut in on the tab side so that when I fold it in, it's not going to overhang, okay? And I'll do that on the other one. In fact, I'm going to do it on both of them, on both papers. I've got something stuck to my scissors here. It's really annoying. All right. Oh, and while I'm cutting, I'll go ahead and announce, I just announced it on my Instagram. I've put up the cover art. I've got 2 albums coming out in the end of this year. In the end of September, I have an album coming out of my original music. And then in the end of October, I'm releasing a Christmas album. There'll be some traditional Christmas songs on there, some cover songs, and then there will be some original holiday songs also. So keep an eye out for those. I'm working hard on those. And there we go. See, I did that on here too. Now I'm going to fold my tabs up. On both of them. And then we're going to fold this bottom tab up on both of them. All right, now you got to make a decision. In order to not have the tabs showing, on one of them, you're going to put the tabs to the back. On the other one, you're going to put the tabs to the front. And then this is the easy part. We're going to take our tape and put a row of tape. We're basically taping those tabs down on this one. And we're going to tape the tabs down on this one with our double-sided tape. And this is because we want this to be sturdy, because this is going to be the bottom of our bag. Okay. So I'm going to pull the backing off the bottom of the bag. And pull the bottom off the backing of this one. All right, and then here is the fun part. We've got tape on both sides, and the tabs on the bottom go to the tabs on the top. The tabs meet the tabs, and we're gonna tape that down like that. And you can use any kind of paper for this project, any kind of paper at all. If it's a real light paper or flimsy paper, you might glue it to another piece of paper. And then the last part is we're going to fold in these sides like this, and we're going to fold in these sides like this. And then get that double-sided tape again. We're going to tape it like that. Tape it like that. And again, I get my double-sided tape from the Dollar Tree. In fact, I ordered a case of it that got delivered to my house. Well, it got delivered to my local Dollar Tree and I went and picked it up. Because I use so much of this stuff. I love it. And actually, I found Dollar Tree had a better deal than trying to buy it on Amazon or anything like that. Alright. And now we're going to put our bag together. We're going to fold it up like this. And then we're going to set that corner in to the fold. And lap that over. And then we're going to set that corner to the fold. And lap that over. And there we have our little gift bag. Now, this particular one, I didn't fold the flaps up inside, so you can't really put anything heavy in there. But I'm just going to take and pinch the corners a little bit. But it'll hold a little treat or something like that. And you can put a handle on it. That's very easy to do. You just take a piece of cardstock. Let me see what I got over here. I just need, here we go. You would just take a piece of cardstock, piece of paper, whatever you want. And you could use glue, you could use staples. Staple it to the inside, and that puts two little handles on it. And there you go. So that's two things we have made with our scraps. And now I'm going to show you how I make a card front with scraps. Just a minute here while I grab some scraps. Alright, I got some cute little scraps here. And I'm going to get my paper cutter out because I'm going to need that. And I'm going to grab piece of cardstock from down here. And I always keep plenty of plain white cardstock on hand. On this card is going to be, we're going to use our pattern that the same measurements we used the other day when we made a card. So there's 5.5 by 8.5 piece of cardstock. And then we'll need a base, and our base is going to be 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. So we're going to cut these. See, that's got something on that end, so I can't use that end. There we go. We're going to cut these to 5 1/4. And then I'm not really going to measure. Wanted to get a straight edge there. We're not really going to use any of this, but now I have straight edges, and we're just going to chop. some different widths. They don't have to be perfectly even. To get this little bitty one here. There we go. Now we have what I like to call little matchsticks. There's our card base, and here's all of our little scraps. And so, I'm gonna take and line these up. Pardon me. I'm gonna take and line these up. And you notice they all have that yellow in common. I don't know if you can see it from that far away, but they all kind of had that yellow in common. The pink has the little yellow in the centers, and then I've got one of yellow butterflies and one of yellow white flowers on a yellow background. And so first I'm just kind of testing it out to see which ones I'll need. And then let's do a pink there. That looks good. The rest of these we'll set aside. Pardon me. So then back to our double-sided tape. And I mean, it's not that I'm a hoarder, it's just that I was raised by my Depression era grandparents, and they didn't believe in, they believed in recycling, upcycling, reusing every little scrap, you know, and even scraps were precious. That's why there were so many patchwork quilts. Because people couldn't part with scraps. And with paper as expensive as it is these days, and I am going to pull this one because I really want to get a lot of tape on these, and it's too thin for two pieces of tape side by side, so I'm just going to sticky. And let me go ahead, because we're coming up a little short on time, so let me go ahead and start sticking these down too. And we'll go from there. Yeah, there's storms down in Florida. There was an earthquake up near the North Carolina, Virginia line this morning. Apparently it shook some people out of bed all the way up to Washington, D.C. Hi, Ready Set Autism family. Congrats on your latest achievement with your, is it 100 subscribers? Very happy for you. Congratulations on that. Doing anything with nothing is my motto. Always has been. And nope, I want a pink one next. There we go. There's a pink one. But yeah, earthquake in North Carolina, Virginia. And then there was an earthquake up in Alaska. we are having unseasonably warm, dry weather, which is not good. Can't remember the last time we actually had rain, and that's odd for this area. Up near Seattle. Oh, Disney Grandma and I were talking about how the world is just crazy. Yeah, I had Mike Wheeler and it's Joey's World in here earlier, and they both had to go because their power was flickering and there were lightning storms. And I can remember when I lived down there in the South. I lived in Mississippi, and not even talking on the cell phone, the wireless, the old cordless phones, and on the telephone in a lightning storm, because lightning could come through the power lines and everything. Remember that very, very well. Out here, we don't have thunderstorms. Where I live is in a rain shadow between two ranges of mountains. We have the Cascades and the Olympics. And so the rain piles up from the Pacific Ocean on the Olympic Mountains and then kind of goes around us. So we do get rain, but we rarely, if ever, get any kind of thunderstorms or anything like that. Down in my area, in the South Puget Sound region, as they call it, but, and good news with my channel, I got enough donations that I purchased a new webcam, so we will have double cameras going here soon. I am very close to the amount I need to get the new mic stand that I need. Not that I'm asking for donations. I never ask for them, but people have donated in the past because they wanted to. And so I'm putting all that towards the channel. And so the mic stand is next, and we're very close to purchasing that. And Wednesday, 12 noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, I will be doing a concert of live music. And the rest of the week, Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday mornings, I am over on Twitch, and I do my live concerts over there. Yeah, and so that's how things are going. Like I said earlier, thanks to Dean at the Live Place for hosting my channel, my show here, Healing with Art, Express Yourself, and over 100 other live streamers. He's just added a new section on cruising, on big boats, cruise ships, and everything there you could possibly want to watch, from lifestyle, Disney, mental health, family, crafting, games, trivia, you name it. There's somebody streaming about it, and Dean has them all listed over on the Live Place. Alright, coming up, I'm going to finish this just in time. Just in time. Also, I have updated my Etsy shop. I added a couple more stationery sets on my Etsy shop yesterday. For links to my social media, my Etsy shop, my original music for streaming or download, for purchase or download, you can go to, I'll put that in here, www.pearlmanhattan.com for all of your Pearl Manhattan needs. I got some merch, I got my Etsy store on there, I got all sorts of stuff. check it out. And if you use Spotify or iTunes, you can stream my music. Alright, so there we go. There's my base. And it doesn't matter that it's crooked. Doesn't matter at all. We're going to trim the edges off and square it up. In fact, let's do it like this. And what is this? Okay, we'll do it that way. I'm squaring it up to 3 3/4 by 5. And then I'm going to fold this piece, which if you aren't here is 8.5 by 5.5. We're going to score that edge. And then I'm going to take a little bit of tape. And this is a craft. Kids can do this. Grown-ups can do it with kids. And let them be creative. They want to cut shapes like triangles and then match all the triangles up. You can use glue, paste, staples, whatever you want to use. And it's all just using scraps. I will be putting some scrap kits up on my Etsy store because I have so many scraps. I'll be bagging them up and selling them by weight, like 8 ounces of scrap. You know, it won't be that expensive. And there we go. Look at that beautiful little card. Beautiful little note card. Blank on the inside, but you can go back. If you have stamps, you can go back and stamp. You can, I probably will get a little circle. I've got several die cuts, and they're little stitched looking die cuts. Let's see if you can see. So when I run it through, it makes a circle that looks like it has stitching around it. And I'll probably cut out a circle and then do a stamp on the circle and put it in the middle. And there you go. So we made 3 projects today. We made the little journal, autograph book, whatever. These would be perfect to take to Disney once you can get the characters, get up close to the characters, because you can get autographs, phone numbers, whatever, put your stickers in there. We made a little gift bag. And we made a greeting card. That's what you can do with scraps. I thank you so much for joining me today. If you're watching the replay, thanks for watching the replay. Make sure you hit that little thumbs up down there. If you enjoyed the video, but no pressure, but that lets YouTube know that you like my content. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe and check that bell. Make sure you're set to get notifications of when I go live. I go live every Sunday here at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, and we do projects like this. Not sure what we'll be doing next week. I think we'll do some more fun with scraps next week. How would you like that? More upcycling, recycling, stuff like that. All right, thank you. Like I said, Pete McDevitt is live in a few minutes, and he has Myers and the Mouse tonight on the wall. Dole Whip Dad is live in a few minutes, and he's going to have the Do Philly crew. Check out either, or do like me and watch them both at the same time. Have a great night. Have a great week, and I will see you all Wednesday at 12 noon, 9 a.m. Pacific. Blessings and peace to you and those you love. Make it a